Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. In this video, I'm gonna show you all my tips and tricks on how to achieve the perfect smoky eye. Now, before I go in with any eyeshadow, I first use some concealer, and you wanna apply this around your eye area. The reason I'm doing this is because once you're finished with your smoky eye and you're gonna apply your foundation, you don't want to come too close with your foundation around your eyeshadow area because this can mess up your eyeshadow blending. So I like to do this before going in with eyeshadow, so you know you have already applied some concealer and you don't really have to use your foundation very close around your eye area. This has been a trick that I've been doing for years now, and it has been really working. Now I have two eyeshadow primers I really love, but today I'm going to use the eyeshadow primer, which is not really an eyeshadow primer, but I'm using it for it. It's by Hindash, but I will put both names of the primers that I personally like in the description bar. So I'm applying this all over the eyelid, and this will just remove the redness, and it's gonna leave us with a really nice clean base for the eyeshadows we're gonna apply. Now you wanna make sure you set it with some powder so to make sure that it's not gonna crease. That's really important. Now I'm gonna use my own palette that I created together with Sigma Beauty, which I will link down in the description bar. And I'm gonna start with the color Cottage. Now I personally feel like you definitely need to use a light color underneath the brow. It's gonna make the transition from your crease look so much better at the end. I will show you an example of what I mean with this, but you can just see the transition from the brow towards the crease, and it just looks so much nicer when you start with a light color at the beginning. Then now we're gonna go for a black smoky eye today. So in order to make it as black as possible, you wanna go in with some cool tone shades in your crease. So I'm gonna go in with this super light gray color and just blend this all the way in my crease, going from the inner corner to the outer corner. And just take your time with this because this step is actually super important, because the transition of your smoky eye, you just want it to be perfect. Of course, I'm filming from super close up, so you're gonna see everything. Like on a regular base, when you're wearing an eye look, no one is gonna look at your eyes this close. Maybe they do if they really like it and they want to see it up close. But of course, I'm gonna try to perfect it as much as I can because you guys are literally seeing every pore on my skin. But hopefully just by showing my tips and tricks, you can achieve the perfect smoky eye that's gonna leave people staring at you. So after blending that first color, you want to go in with the next color. We're going to slowly build it up by going in with a color which is darker and darker. So first we went in with a light color. Now we're going to take like a medium gray, and then after this we're going to go in with a black, and this will all kind of melt into each other and create the perfect like transition. So I'm blending this all the way. I'm going from the inner corner to the outer corner. I'm making circular motions also around the outer part of the eyelid because you want the smoky transition to be everywhere. So don't forget the inner corner, but also definitely don't forget this part where I was just blending. So for the inner part, I'm gonna go in with a tinier brush because it just works a little bit better. And I'm just gonna focus on applying more of this shade and just kind of blending it upwards. First I just pressed it in the inner corner, and then I blended it up softly upwards and also going a bit towards the crease. So this is how it's currently looking. Then now we're gonna go in with the color Levine, which is a matte black color. First again, starting with this tiny brush and kind of pressing this and blending this in the inner corner area. It just works better with a tinier brush. I've tried to do this with a bigger brush, but with the bigger brush, you just apply it up too high, and you don't want it to be too high because else, I don't know, it just doesn't look good, trust me. So whenever I have applied that, just with whatever's left on my brush, I'm also softly blending it more towards the crease area to already help to create some darkness in that area as well. And I'm just gonna do the same thing at the outer part, just pressing it and then blending it out. If you feel like you have some harsh lines because I pressed a little bit too much, so you can see that it's not really blending out as much as I want, you can just apply more eyeshadow and this will just fix it for you. But my trick always, which I failed to do this time, is to start with a little bit and then you can always add more, because if you have applied too much, it's going to be harder to blend out. That's what kind of happened with me. But you can fix that by applying more, but it's not always working. But in this case, because I didn't apply like too much it still worked, thankfully. So again, with whatever's left on my brush, I'm just blending it more towards the crease area, and I'm just continuing to do that until I'm happy with how everything is looking. So now we're gonna go in with some eyeliner. Now I have this one from Maybelline, which I really like, but I also really love this one, which is by Sigma Beauty. It's called the Wicked Gel Eyeliner. I like both of them, but today I'm gonna use the one from Sigma. So I'm using a Sigma E25 brush. I have a special discount code for Sigma, which I will link down in the description bar. And I'm just gonna use this all over the eyelid. And the reason why I'm using this is because it just makes your smoky eye look so much more black. Also, I feel like it lasts longer than in comparison if you would only use some powder. This is like a really nice waterproof base for your smoky eye. So I just apply a bit in the center of the eyelid, and then I just slowly apply a little bit more. But again, you don't want to go in with too much straight away because it's going to be really hard to blend it out. So I'm just adding little by little, and I'm kind of like blending my brush downwards as if you would kind of like smear it out from like the top to the bottom. And this way, every time you will get a little bit less on your brush because of the blending, and this way it just kind of creates this nice transition. It's kind of hard for me to explain in English, but hopefully by seeing me doing it, it kind of makes sense. I wanted to show as much as possible of the process in this video so you guys can really follow along. Of course, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section, and you can always send me a DM on Instagram as well. I have all my socials linked in the description as well. I always try to respond to everyone. So if you do have a question, don't hesitate to send me a message. So I'm just continuing to blend, and then I went in with some extra black eyeshadow, and I'm just pressing this all over the eyelid to kind of lock that eyeliner in place. And this will make it even more black, and it will remove anything of the shine that the gel eyeliner might leave. You want it as matte as possible. And then I decided to also add a little bit more of the black eyeshadow, but just really a little bit in the crease to make the gel eyeliner blend into the eyeshadows. And you can see how black the eyelid is. I really love how gel eyeliner makes it so much more black. Then now we're gonna go in with some concealer again, because if you do create a smoky eye, you want to make sure that all the redness, the darkness is gone underneath the eye. This way, it's not gonna look like you have panda eyes. That's how people always call it. Make sure you use your favorite high coverage concealer. Then after that, you don't want to set your under eye just yet. Just only apply the concealer and then finish off the eyes. I'm gonna use my favorite black pencil in the waterline, and I'm also gonna tight line underneath the upper lashes because you don't want any skin peeking through your lashes or anything. So this is gonna make it even more black. So definitely don't forget to do this. It might feel a little bit weird, but trust me, it's gonna make a huge difference and make your smoky eye look so much more dark. Then I'm gonna take a Sigma flat diviner brush and use some black eyeshadow again. And I'm gonna press this right underneath the lower lash line, also slightly on top of the waterline. Don't be afraid, just make sure that if you apply eyeshadow on your brush, you tap off the excess product so you don't have any eyeshadow falling into your eyes. But make sure you also apply it on your waterline. This will make your eyeliner more long lasting, and it will move the skin color in between the lower lash line and the waterline, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to take a Sigma pencil brush and just softly smudge it out. I didn't add any other eyeshadow on it. I just wanted to use the black only. So this is how it's currently looking. The reason why I didn't use any powder just yet underneath the eyes, because if you do have some fallout, you can just wipe away the concealer and reapply. But if you have already set your under eye with powder, it's gonna be really hard to remove the fallout. So that's why I didn't set my under eyes just yet. So this is how it's currently looking with only mascara, but I am going in with some false lashes. This is totally optional. If you recreate this, I think it looks really beautiful with only mascara as well, because the smoky eye is so dark, you can barely see the lashes, but still I think it definitely just finishes it all off. So yeah, this is the end result. I really hope this video was helpful. I will mention some of my favorite brushes that I used in this video in the description bar. I feel like when it comes to nice eyeshadow, brushes are very important, so I will link my favorites down in the description bar. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to tag me if you do recreate my smoky eye. I would love to repost on my Instagram, so don't forget to tag me. Also, I'm linking my palette down in the description bar in case you want to get it. I love seeing your recreations, and yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!